Hi, welcome. This week's session is recorded for you, so let's get ready. So make sure before we start any exercise you are fit and well and you have no injuries. Please do check that your working area is safe, nothing's in the way, nothing's going to cause any injury or risk to you, and you're wearing some soft, loose fitting clothing, and you have some water which you may sip throughout, also hair tied back, and you have somebody there that you can call upon who should be able to help should you need it. So the usual routine is we do a warm-up for 5 to 7 minutes, then we have our main set, which I'll explain after the warm-up, and then finally we have our stretching and cooling down. So it's going to take around about 45 minutes to an hour in total. And before we go any further, I think we should get ready. So just up you get, ready to go, and let's begin this session. Okay, so we're just going to start off a nice gentle warm-up. Okay, so I think we will just start by bringing those heels up as we step side by side, bringing the heels up to the bottom, getting a nice stretch into the hamstrings, and start the body moving and preparing for our main set. Okay, start to bring in the arms. A bit of movement into those shoulders. We'll take them high in a minute. Okay, so taking them up. So now I want you to bring the arms with the knees. So step by step, side by side, but arms down, knees up. Getting some movement into the upper body and getting those knees still working. And we'll go cross body in a minute. Okay, so now we're going to do opposite knee to elbow. This time you're going to take the leg back and push the heel to the floor, stretching it into that calf. Knee to elbow. Let's do 10 on one side. 5 more. Last 2. And then switching onto the side. Take it back, heel to the floor every time. Opposite knee to elbow. Let's do 10. 5 more. Last 2. Okay, sticking with those hamstrings, just do a nice standing tall, hands together. Now keep the back and the legs straight. We're just going to pivot at the waist, folding forward, keeping those legs straight, and you'll definitely feel that stretch into the hamstring, which we really want to warm up before we do our main set. Going to do 5 more from here. Last 2. Okay, taking those feet now nice and wide, turn the feet out, wider than your shoulders. We're going to arm straight, and again, you're going to bend at the waist. And this time, each time you're going to come down opposite arm to foot or shin, whatever you can go to, standing tall after each one. Opposite way, up tall, tap, and up you come. Keeping those legs straight, just bend at the waist. We're starting to get some movement into the core and into the lower back. Let's do 4 more like this. Okay, now this time we're going to keep the arms to the side, bend at the waist and stay low. And we're going to do a windmill. So stay low and then twist and tap. Let's do another 10. Okay, brilliant. Right, just standing at the edge of your mat, let's do some walkouts. So you can have your legs bent or keeping them straight. Just drop to the floor, walk your hands out into a plank, so get those hands under the shoulders, nice strong plank, and then just walk your hands back to the start and stand tall. Let's do 4 more. Down, walk it out into a plank, keep the tummy in, squeeze the glutes, and then walk it back. Got 3 more. Right, now on these last 2, When you walk out, so we drop down, walk it out into the plank, and then I want your feet to walk up to your hands. Okay, stand tall, down, now walk the feet out into that plank, and then walk your hands back. Okay, right, let's get our heart rate up a little bit now. So just jogging gently on the spot. Nice jogging. Okay, in 5 seconds, I'm going to bring those knees up high. Now you can either step or you can continue jogging, but bringing the knees up. Okay, let's go. Jogging, you can step, or as I said, you can actually jog with your knees. Keeping the knees high, tapping your hands. 5 seconds, going back to jogging. Just back, nice light steps. Not going too heavy on a warm-up. We want to build up gently to get ready and prepare us. 5 seconds. We're going to bring the heels up to your butt. Okay, again, you can step, bringing those heels up, tapping the hands, or you can keep on jogging, nice and light, up to you. 5 seconds, and back to jogging, nice and light. Okay, now let's just pretend skip, so the imaginary rope, keeping your arms by your side, just use your hands to flick that rope over your head. We do double feet together. Ready? Let's skip. Land softly, soft knees. So slight bend in the knees every time you land. 5 seconds. And back to jogging. Okay. Now we're getting our heart rate elevated. Okay, tapping the feet out. Now when I tap the feet out, the toes towards you, so you get that nice stretch in the calf. We're going to go the opposite way, taking it behind us. This time we can get our hands in. So now you're going to step back, okay? Step back. And hop, both arms up, 1 foot back, pushing that heel to the floor. Good. Let's do 5 more. Good. Okay. Let's just bring nice and gently those arms behind you. Some movement into the shoulders. Okay, bit of rotation now, sort of adding a little bit of rotation. Start to look to the side, towards the back, as we get those arms behind. Okay, just finishing off. Nice small circles. I'm moving forward with my hands. Small circles. I'm going to make these circles bigger, just to get some blood flowing, get those shoulders properly warm. Take them a bit bigger, and a bit bigger still. Nice big circles. And then taking those arms back out, taking the arms backwards, small circles. Little circle, getting bigger. Much bigger. And then finally, a couple more. Okay, right, we are ready. We are going to start our workout. I'm going to grab a drink, and then I'll tell you the exercises and what we're going to do today. Okay, today's session. The main set, we're going to do a pyramid. So this is where we have our pyramid. We start with one exercise, then we add an exercise to that one, then we add a third one. We're going to do 3 exercises. So we'll go up to the top, have a little break, and then we'll come back down the other side as we reduce the amount of exercises. So the way I'm going to work it today, the first exercise is a push-up, and we're going to do that for 20 seconds. Short rest, then we repeat the push-up, but then we add either a wall squat or a wide-legged squat. And the third exercise is a plank. Now the squat's going to be for 40 seconds, and then the plank's going to be for 60. So 20, 40, 60 seconds. Let's just do a little brief technique review. All right, so push-ups. You guys may find you're at different levels, okay? That's absolutely fine. We're all working to different levels, but we're working to your best. So a box push-up, in fact, the initial push-up, if you haven't quite mastered it yet, may well be on the wall, which is absolutely fine. Nice and light on the toes, and we're dropping our chest towards the wall. That is your initial start on a push-up. It's a great way to help progress and help build up the strength to then be able to take it to the floor. From that, a box push-up, which we start in a box position, was similar when we bend, hands are slightly wider than shoulders, and we're dropping our chest to the floor as we bend those elbows out to the side. We're not flaring them out and we're not closed in. They are about 45 degrees, okay, the elbows. Then you go from there into a knee push-up. Now, if your feet are down, that's a little easier than the feet being up. But you're still working about 49% of your body weight. So this is a really effective push-up in that position. So in this position, remember the head is neutral. A lot of people drop the head. Lift the head and keep the neck neutral. You don't want to add that strain. Drop into the floor, chest to floor, and then back up. You want to keep the hips down in that flat line. You see, you've got a flat line from my knees to my hips to my shoulders. Keep in that position. Then you would progress to a half and half. So maybe go down in a full push-up, back up on the knees. That's a great way to progress a push-up. And of course, to finish, you've got a full push-up, but you've got to try and keep those hips in line with the shoulders coming up as one. There are progressions to that, but we'll keep it there for now. So a push-up is done. The next exercise, a wall sit, yes. So a wall squat. If you have a wall, you're going to have your feet, you're going to sit down on the wall. You want your thighs parallel to the floor, pushing the back into the floor, into the wall, and your feet are flat on the floor. I've got my knees and my legs about shoulder width, hip width apart. This is going to help you really work the thighs, okay? Now you can either do a wall sit, or we're going to do a wide-legged squat. So wide leg, take it slightly shoulder width, slightly wider, turn the feet out, and as I say to everybody in my classes, pull the tummy in, squeeze the glutes. We initiate, the first part of the move is to push the hips back. Imagine you're sitting back in a chair. You can just do 4. Hips, squeeze and push, sit back. Keep the knees behind the toes. Keep the chest up as much as you can. I know it's very easy to fall forward, but I want you to initiate, everything should be happening in your glutes and your hamstrings. Okay, so there's our wall, a wide-legged squat. And then the plank, which is obviously a variation of a push-up, because a push-up is a variation of a plank, rather. We always start in this position. Knees on the floor, pull the tummy in. This is our starting and our resting position if you need rest. Tuck the toes under and you lift. In a nice plank position, you've got a straight line from now from the ankles, hips to shoulders, and we're going to hold that plank. So there's the first 3, all right? We're going to get ready to go in 40 seconds. 20 seconds of push-ups, a little rest. We do the push-ups again, then add that squat or the wall sit. Little rest, and then we do the push-ups, the wall, squat, and then the plank for 60, all right? So, quick drink. In position, think about what you're doing, but think about technique. Technique is always key, okay? Do not make something harder if you haven't mastered it first and mastered it consistently. 10 seconds. Hands slightly wider than shoulders. Ready? Tummy in, squeeze the glutes, in position, and let's go. We're doing 20 seconds. Focus. Don't drop the head, keep that neutral neck. We're already halfway. Keep that working. 5 seconds. Maybe one more, and relax. Okay, just a short rest. We're going to go back to those push-ups again. If you're finding you're tiring, you regress it a little bit. Ready? Go again. 20 seconds. Exhale on the powerful part. 5. Okay, up you come. Get ready. We're doing a wall squat or the wide-legged squat. I'm going to do the wide leg on the first bit for 40 seconds. Push the hips back, squeeze the tummy in, squeeze the glutes. Let's go. We'll try and get those thighs parallel to the floor. When you're down low, push the push the heels through the floor to drive you back up. That's halfway. If you're sitting on that wall, you might well be starting to shake. Remember, keeping those knees pointing to where the toes are, okay? If your toes are slightly turned out, then your knees need to track where the toes are. Relax. Okay, so now push-ups, squat, 60-second plank, okay? Ready to go? Think about your technique. Spread the fingers to push into the mat. Push-ups are going. Let's go. I'm exaggerating that breath to help you squeeze the glutes and help drive the hips up. 3. Okay, get ready for our squat. I'm going to sit on the wall this time. Legs 90 degrees, and let's hold. If you're squatting, think about your positioning. Sit back in that imaginary chair. Remember, you should be able to wriggle the toes when you're down low, so the knees aren't coming in front of those toes. That's really important to protect the knees. Oh, this is tough on the legs. Thighs parallel to the floor, pushing the back into the wall. Feet are flat on the floor. We've got 10 more seconds. And relax. You might want to walk your hands up the wall to help you out and shake those legs. Okay, let's get in position. We're doing a plank for 60 seconds. You can do a bent arm or straight. If you're doing bent, make sure the elbows are under the shoulders and the hands are coming together. Okay, that's a bent arm plank. In position, and lift, and hold. Get your breath right. If somebody's there with you, get them to check that you have a straight line from your heels to your hips, to your shoulders, your head's just looking in front of your hands. That's not dropping down. Keep that core pulled in tight. Now you want to squeeze the glutes. We're halfway. You might be shaking a little bit. If you find it hard on your wrists, you can spread those fingers wide and push the thumb into the mat as well, which will help stabilize that wrist. Breathing. 10. Last 5. And relax. Oh, well done, guys. We're at the top of the pyramid. I'm going to give you a good 60 seconds rest. And then we're coming back down. We'll do exactly the same again. Those 3 exercises. And we reduce 1 each time. Okay. 40 seconds more to rest. You always find once you've done 1 set, you kind of know what you're doing. You can really start to work a little bit harder. But keep the technique. I keep telling you about technique. So if I say something, sort of have a think, oh, am I doing that? Yes, I can correct it, okay? 20 seconds to go. We're starting up with those push-ups, 20 seconds. Engage the core. Everybody should remember what I say about that. It's like putting the jacket on, zipping up, pulling it in, okay? 10 seconds, let's get in position. Hands shoulder width or slightly wider, fingers apart. Drop down and lift, or knee push-ups, or box or wall. Let's go, 20 seconds. Hips are coming up at the same time as the shoulders if you are doing full. Good, halfway. Okay, and get ready. Up you come. I'll do the squats again, or wall sit. Pull the tummy in, squeeze the glutes. Remember, slightly wider than hips. Off we go, 40 seconds. Once you get used to this technique and your knees aren't coming forward or collapsing in, you can start to build up tempo. There's the breathing. Exhale on the coming up. Push those heels through the floor. Always fully stand so we get the full range of movement. 10 seconds to go. 3, 2, 1, and relax. No, not relax at all. We've got a plank. In position, we've got a 60-second plank. Hands shoulder width or slightly wider. Bent arm, remember, if your elbows are under your shoulders. Starting position. Squeeze the glutes, pull the tummy in. Lift and hold. Check position. Good. Remember that head position, don't drop the head. The head is quite heavy, so if you drop it, it's pulling all those neck muscles, so trying to keep that neutral. Things are shaking. Squeeze the glutes a bit more. Good, we're halfway. If you need to rest, just drop the knees, but don't lose that plank position. And then try and come back up again. We've got 20 seconds to go. Focus on your breathing. Your core should be shaking. If not, try lifting the bottom slightly. Might engage the core muscles a little bit more. 3, 2, and rest. Okay, that's the final one of the plank. Well done. Okay, we've just got the push-ups and the squat. Right. 10 seconds to go. Starting position, hands, fingers apart, slightly wider than shoulders. Starting position of the plank. Stay here if you're doing knees. Head position, remember. Ready? 20 seconds. Remember those elbows are not close to the body and they're not flared out. They are 45 degrees from the body. Hips coming up at the same time as your shoulders. 3 seconds. Okay, up you come. I'm going to do a wall sit. Get in position. If you're doing squats, let's go. 40 seconds here. Thighs parallel to the floor. Have your legs shoulder width or hip width. Push the back in. And if you are squatting, try and keep that chest up, okay? Try to imagine you're sitting in a stool or on a chair, so you keep that back straight, but that's hard. You've got to develop the posterior, which is the rear. Strength first. Get your knees tracking where your toes are. I know there's so much to think about, but if you think about it, it starts to become a habit, okay? 5. And up you come. Shake those legs. Right, that's the squat finished. Final time through. Push-ups, 20 seconds, and then that's round 1 done. Okay. Let's make these good, yeah? 20 seconds of push-ups. I'm rotating. If you are feeling a bit tight, just rotate, just get some movement into those wrists. Okay, so let's get in position. 20 seconds. Think about, pull the tummy in, squeeze the glutes, hold that strong position. Ready? Go. Keep focused. Five seconds. Round one done. Everyone's okay? Walk around, shake it off. Well done, guys. Just going to get myself ready before round two. Okay. Okay, so another 3 exercises. Ready for round two? I'll recover from the first round. Well done, so we've got one more round, so 3 exercises. We've got 20 seconds, 40 seconds, and 60 seconds, and then we come back down. Same format as before, but different exercises. Okay, here's your 3 exercises. You can do a few reps with me, or just listen and watch and think about the technique. Right, first off is a double crunch. I know it's a big favourite with a lot of my swimmers. So, double crunch. If you haven't quite mastered the double crunch or it's too difficult for you, which is absolutely fine, guys. Some of these guys have been working with me for years now. So, I want you to do a single crunch. So you can lean back onto your elbows, or you can lean back just with your shoulders and your head off the floor. Push the back into the floor and pull the tummy tight, engage the core. Hands down to the side. A single crunch would be straighten the legs and bringing the knees up. Then when you drop them, don't lower to the floor. Keep the back into the floor. This is fine for single crunch. Okay? Now those of you happy with the double crunch, it's basically bringing up the top, the upper body as well. So I like my hands on my temple, or you can have them down here. But here you are concertinas. You're bringing the chest to the thighs and you're keeping the upper body. Pull the tummy in tight. And that is a double crunch, okay? A bear plank or a panther plank, numerous names for it. Basically, we're in a box position. So your hands are under your shoulders and your knees are under your hips. You're going to tuck the toes under and you're just going to lift the knees off a few inches off the floor. And this is where we're going to hold this plank for 40 seconds. It's going to work the legs a lot, but also the core. And then we're going to do a single leg walkout with a push-up. So that's our 60-second move. Now a single leg, I'm basically going to lift one leg off the floor. We're going to alternate. Gives you a little bit unstable platform there. So single leg, drop to the floor. You walk out into the plank, cross your leg over. You can drop your knee if you want to and do your push-up. And then you come up, leave that leg off and you walk it back. Trust me, it's a lot harder than when we do our normal 2-footed walkout. And then we will change for the other side. We'll do slow and controlled on that one for 60 seconds. Right, we're going to go in 20 seconds. So we have double crunch for 20. Then we do that same again, but add the bear plank for 40. Do those 2 and then add that single leg walkout and push up for 60. Ready? On the floor, in position, single crunch or double. Pull the tummy in tight and go. 20 seconds. Exhale on the way up. That's halfway. 5 seconds. And rest. A short rest. We will repeat that and then we'll get ready for our bear plank. In position, ready. Pull the tummy in tight. Let's go. Squeeze the glutes. Halfway. Tummy tight, remember. 5. Okay, let's get over, let's get ready. In position, hands under the shoulders, knees are under the hips, tuck the toes under, get ready and lift and hold. Make sure those hands are under the shoulders. If your hands are in front of your shoulders, you're putting too much pressure on that shoulder joint. So this all, you shall feel the legs on here. We're doing 40 seconds. Remember not to drop the head, just keep that neck neutral, halfway. The knees are about 5 inches off the floor. Use your breath. 5 seconds. Pause a killer. Well done, guys. I am going to walk that off because I do feel that in the legs. Okay, this time back to double crunch, then the bear plank, and then our single leg walk out with a push up. On the floor, in position, 5 seconds. Ready? Tummy in tight, let's go. 10 seconds. 3, 2, over you go. Hands under the shoulders, let's get in position. Knees hip width, tuck the toes under, pull the tummy in tight and lift and hold. Remember, hands directly underneath the shoulders. Get your breath. Good. Flat back. Oh, this is hard. Well done, guys. 10 seconds to go. Keep that focus. 5. Oh, and relax. Up you come. Stand up. Get ready. That's made our legs wobbly, which is going to be hard. Going on to one leg. 10 seconds to go, and then we'll start. We've got a whole minute now. So you can either do a double leg walkout or a single leg. Give it a go. With a push up on your knees if you need to. Ready? Let's go. Drop to the floor, walk it out. Add your push up. Control back to that single leg. Well done. Changing over. I'm blaming my spongy mat that's making me go wobbly. Add your push up. Ooh. Good effort, keeping on that single leg back up to the start. Let's change again. Drop to the floor, walk it out to that plank, add that push up. Good, cross over the leg on that push up, or drop your knees to the floor. Let's go again. 20 seconds to go. Nice and strong on that push up, walking it back. I reckon we've got 2 more if we go quick enough. Good. Oh, we haven't got time. Never mind. That's it. That's 60 seconds. Well done. We've done an extra one. We'll start on the other leg next time through. Well done, guys. Everyone's okay? Let's start again. We've got a whole minute's rest. And then we will, last time through on this single leg walkout. Grab a drink. 30 seconds to go. If you are finding, we will do some stretches of our wrists, by the way. So, which we'll do these after, but pushing it down, which will just help release some of that pressure. Okay, 15 seconds. So we start with our double crunches. Final time through. We're coming back down the pyramid now. In position. Keep that tummy sucked in. Remember, pull it in tight. Keep the core tight. Push the lower back into the floor. Let's go. Single or double. Just 20 seconds. Exhale. On the way up. Halfway. 5. And, I say relax. But over you come. We've got this bear plank. Hands spin and spread apart. Push the thumb into the floor. Tuck the toes under and lift. Let's go. 40 seconds. Pull that tummy in. Focus on your breath, which will help. Nice flat back. Toes are tucked under, the knees are just sort of 4 or 5 inches off the floor. Hands are under the shoulders. Good work. We have 10 seconds to go. Push the fingers into the floor as well, not just the wrist. 5. Okay, up you come. Let's start on the opposite leg to what we did last time now, so we can do our, get our equal work through. This is a whole minute. We're going to go in 10 seconds. Standing tall every time. Control the walk out and the push up. Ready? Let's go. Drop to the floor, walk it out to the plank. Put the other foot onto that ankle. Drop to the push up. Walk it back. Let's change legs. Strong plank. Add your push up. You could do a knee push up, remember? Okay. Changing again. I'm getting wobbly. Good. Change again. Go at your pace. You might well be working with me. Okay, we've got 2 more. Let's go. And the final time through. Get that push up in. And then walk it back. And that's the final time. Well done, that's 60 seconds. Oh, walk it off. Shake those legs out. Okay. Double crunch and bear plank. 10 seconds to go. Let's get ready. Pull that tummy in tight. Remember the back stays in the lower back, pushing to the floor. Head and shoulders off the floor, single or double. Let's go, 20 seconds. We're nearly there. Five. And over you go. Get ready for the final time of the bear plank. Fingers apart, spread the whole hands and the thumb into the floor, knees under your hips, tuck the toes in and lift slightly. Remember those shoulders should be directly above the hands. The back is nice and flat. Get your breathing under control. We're halfway. Final time through. Pull that tummy in, hold that position, 10 seconds, push the whole hand into the floor, well done guys, 5, and relax, well done. You definitely feel that in the thighs, yes, but also in the core. It's a plank for a reason because it's working that core, which is not just your abs, by the way, your core goes all the way around. Brilliant, right, final time through. Let's get ready, over you go. Let's finish these double crunches. Ready? And 20 seconds, pull the tummy in. Remember technique, go. Use your breath. We can do this last one. Last 5. And relax. Oh, well done, guys. Really good effort. That's a good session. 2 pyramids done. We will get our breath back and then we will get ready for a nice cooling down and stretching, okay? Which is important, stretching and flexibility. Oh. Grab your drink and I'll see you for the stretching in a second. Okay. Okay. I always find this quite a nice part of the session because you know you've done a really good hard workout. And now this is about relaxing. I always say Stretching should never be painful, okay? Yes, you might feel a little discomfort, but if you feel pain, then you're pushing it too much. So there's a difference between pain and discomfort, and you will, the more you do it, the more you'll get used to it. So challenge yourself to really, and that's when I say on the inhale and every exhale, try a little bit more, because as you relax, your muscles will start to lengthen and you can be able to get deeper into the stretch. So let's start. I always kind of work either the lower body right to the top or other way around. Mostly I work feet first. So let's work on ankles all the way up. Okay, so a really good one. I'm going to do it on a mat because I don't want to be rude and face away from you. But if you do have a wall, you can use that to help you support yourself as you push one foot behind you. Let me just do it on a mat to demonstrate. So have your feet shoulder width. If they're too close, you're going to be off balance. So shoulder width is slightly wider. Let's take that foot back as far as you can go. So when you put the heel to the floor, you feel that stretch in that calf. I've just said I start with ankles, and I will do in a minute. And I've gone straight to calves, but never mind. So we are stretching our calf. Let's get our breath. Now I'm standing tall, yes? So your head is on top of your shoulders, on top of your hips. You don't want to be leaning forward too much. You want to just kind of keep everything up here, neutral. Nice big breaths. If that's too easy, try stepping back a bit more so that you feel that stretch into that calf. 20 seconds minimum on a stretch. When somebody stretches for 5-10 seconds, it's really not doing that much for you. So 20 seconds to 30 seconds, 40 seconds maybe. Breathing, nice deep breaths into the belly and exhale. That will help relax your body. Right, that's about 30 seconds. Let's change legs. So take the other one back, step to the heel down to the floor. Now, I've done stretching for so many years, I know which kind of point to get to. You might think, oh, that feels okay, maybe I could go a bit deeper. But as I said to you, if it starts to feel painful, or you can't stand that pain, sometimes you need to get used to it. Your body needs to get used to it. And the more you get used to it, the body's saying, okay, this is okay, I'm not hurting. And that's how you become more flexible. Another 5 seconds, and then we will do the ankles. Okay, I'm going to actually sit on the floor for the ankles. So I'm going to sit upright, I'm going to cross one foot over, and then I'm going to put my palm onto the sole of my foot, and I'm literally going to take my hand to rotate my ankle. So just adding a little bit of a rotation into the foot and into the ankle. I'm going clockwise. Get some movement into there. And then anti-clockwise. And then we're going to sit back on our ankles in a minute. So just pushing and pushing opposite way. So pushing the heel away from you, the toes towards you, and then going opposite way. Right, let's change over. Crossing over, hand to the sole, and just rotate clockwise. This is anti-clockwise. And then the other way. Okay, and then pushing the foot, toes towards you, and then away. Just getting that movement in and away. Okay, let's just sit back on our heels. Now, when I sit back on my heels, I have my feet touching at the back. You can probably see that. Knees slightly apart because I just want to sit back on the heels and the toes are touching. And then what I'm going to do, you might be able to do both knees, but let's just try lifting one knee off. And you'll feel the stretch in the front of this ankle. Really nice stretch, especially for swimmers. Kicking is key, flexibility in the ankles is key. And as well, I really recommend skipping for swimmers. It really helps you build ankle strength. And this is a really good way of stretching out those ankles as well. So let's change over. Opposite. hand is grabbing onto that knee, and I'm just stretching out the front of that ankle. Nice big breaths. Okay, now let's do both together. So if you can have your hands to the side, you can just lean back as you lift both of those knees off. I'll just go side on. So I'm just leaning back and lifting both off. Don't worry if you can't get off the floor too much, but just feel that stretch into the front of the ankle. The more you get flexible in those ankles, the easier this will become, and the further your knees will come up. Big breaths, remember. The toes are touching, the heels are turned out. Okay, good. Right, we have done the ankles and we have done the calves. So let's do our hamstrings. We'll do our hamstrings standing up. So coming up to stand, I'm going to take my right leg back. I'm going to bend that right leg at the back and put my hands on it, and my front leg is straight. Now you can start with your foot down and you'll feel it on this left hamstring. Pushing that bottom out will help stretch that hamstring even more. Pushing the chest down also. Lifting the toes gives a stretch into the calf too. Big breaths. Try and push that stretch every time you exhale. And a little deeper perhaps. Okay, let's change that leg over. So now taking the other leg back. Shoulder width so you don't lose balance. Bend that back leg with your hand on that back leg, and then stretching this right hamstring now. Pushing that bottom out. Keep that back straight but flat. Pushing the chest towards the thigh. You can lift the toes to bring in a stretch into the calf. And use your breath. Inhale, exhale a little bit more. Okay, good. Right, let's do our quads. So here I'm going to hold on to the wall. So holding on to a surface, you can have your hand out if you want, but this will help you stop you from falling over perhaps. So standing tall, hips pushed forward, bend, this is my right leg, and hold it with your hands if you can, and then keep the knees together and push the hips forward, because you want the stretch from the top of the hip down to the knee, and breathe. Knees together, hips forward, that will increase that stretch. Slightly push that hips forward, squeeze the glutes together if you want. Couple more breaths here. Okay, let's change. So again, if your arm holding onto the wall or something sturdy, I better do that. You're going to wobbly after all those squats. So push the hips forward, bring that heel as close to the bottom as you can, knees together, and breathe. Couple more breaths. And we'll move on to our glutes. One more breath here. Right, let's do our glutes sitting down or lying down. Right, you're going to lie down on the floor. Put your head on the floor as well. Bend your knees so they are, you're going to cross over. I'm going to cross over actually I'll do my left leg because I'm facing you there. So cross the leg over the right leg. With your hands, you're going to lift off that right leg and hold onto the thigh. Now that might be enough for you as you feel the stretch in this left glute in your bottom. So if that's enough, fine. If not, you can try and bring that thigh closer towards you. And I usually try to push slightly out onto this knee, which will increase that stretch. So you can feel the stretch even more into the glute, but work to what works for you. Remember the breaths. You can rotate that right ankle to get a bit of movement into that right ankle. Big breaths. Exhale, bring that thigh closer. Couple more breaths. And release that leg. You might want to shake it out. Change over. I'll turn around. I'm now going to cross my right leg over the left. Head is on the floor, remember. Lift that left leg and hold on to the thigh as you gently push out that right knee and feel it in the right glute. Using your breath, rotate that left ankle, that foot. Exhale and bring that thigh closer. Let's do one more breath. Okay, let's bring your knees together and bring your knees in. Oh, squeeze. That really releases that lower back. Hold it there. I always find this nice. It's a nice release of that lower back. Breathing in. Every time you exhale, squeeze. Right, let's just do a little release of that lower back. I'm going to straighten my right leg. Bend that right knee. So your knee is, my left knee, sorry, I've got my right leg straight. My knee is bent. And then I'm going to take my right knee over towards the right, but my left shoulder stays on the floor. So I'm using my hand to gently push this left knee to the floor, but your left shoulder should stay on the floor. Look over to your left hand, which is straight out. Breathing in. Just a little bit of release into that back. And then we'll come all the way up and straighten that left leg. Let's reposition our sit bone, which is lift up, drop down, bend that right leg. Take that right leg over to the left now. The right hand is out straight. My right shoulder rather is on the floor. Breathe. Good. Let's do another breath. Okay, just bring those knees in now again. Bring the knees in. Squeeze and release. Okay, let's do some of the upper back. We'll do our core as well. So, knees hip width apart, under the hips. The hands, I'm just going to sit back now, and I'm going to have my hands in front. So sit back on your heels, got my hands in front, just drop your head to the floor, and just feel, as you push and walk those hands away, you feel a stretch. Pull down, walk them away and pull them at the same time, and you feel that stretch into the back. Breathe. Okay, doing exactly the same, but this time lift the bottom up. Bit of a cat stretch. Bottom up, and now push the head down to the floor. Hands in front. Breathe. The bottom is now above the knees. Really relax into that back. Love this one. Really nice stretch of that back. Right, so now come out into a box. So you've got your hands under your shoulders and your knees under your hips. Let's do a cat and cow. So push that back up. Arch the back as you push the chest and head down. Push the chest towards the thighs. And then we're going to go the opposite way. So now you're going to tuck the tummy down to the floor as you look up to the ceiling, and the bottom is up. So we're doing the arch the back one way, and we arch the back the other way. Releasing that core and that lower back. We do it a few times. Breathe. Arch it one way, really arch, and then tuck it and push the other way. Really good. Okay, let's get some movement into our shoulders. Let's do our arms first. So tricep stretch, having the hand behind you, try and put it straight down the back of you. I'll just turn here so you can see. And you can gently coax that stretch. This is your tricep. Breathe in, exhale. And release. Let's change over. Bend that other one behind you. Inhale and exhale. We'll just finish off with our neck. Right, so still sitting down on your heels. Really gentle stretch this one. I don't want you to do too deep a stretch or yank your neck. You're going to take the hand, kind of spread the fingers and have it across your ear. And then this hand just sort of falls to the floor. So this is pulling your shoulder down and then gently stretch. And this is into my left neck. And you'll feel that stretching out that neck muscle. Really nice stretch, guys. Now you're going to turn your head as your hand goes to the back of your head. Turn it to look into that right armpit and just gently stretch into the neck a little bit more behind your head. Big breath in and exhale. Let's change over. So spread the fingers. This hand, my right hand now drops to the floor and I gently stretch that neck as I face forward. And feel the stretch all the way along here. Breath in, exhale. Then turn the head to face the armpit. The hand goes to the back of the head. Inhale, exhale, feel that stretch. Let's do one more breath here. Really good, right. Coming back onto your feet, just slowly, slowly coming up to stand. Let's just shrug the shoulders, round they go, back. Rotate, good. Right, let's make these circles bigger. Big breath in, and out. In, and out. Let's put one hand to the side and then give yourselves a massive round of applause, guys, for another session with me. Thank you so much for joining me. It's really good to have you. I hope you enjoyed it. You've worked so hard. You can continue stretching for another 5-10 minutes if you wish. But please, sip some water, have a light snack within 30 minutes, 30 seconds. But thank you for joining me, and hopefully I will see you again soon. Thank you. Bye.